Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here on this show, and I'm here to talk about my Kentucky Wildcats getting a huge win in the Champions Classic over Duke. Just what an effort in the second half. Early in the first half, shots were falling. Kentucky started 5 of 5 from 3, but then Duke was just kind of driving to the rim too easily, I thought. I thought Kentucky just looked soft. They didn't look physical in that first half. But they played a lot better defensively in the second half. Yeah, Duke missed some easy looks from 3, but Kentucky's defense was way better in the second half, and they were better offensively, getting to the basket. And Duke really struggled to make threes, and Cooper Flake turned the ball over late, I think twice. Just 2 good defensive plays, I thought. He was kind of in a... And then gave up that rebound. I'll tell you, Owe went up and got it, tipped it to himself, and pretty much put the game away right there. But the Cats battled their way to this win tonight. This is a tough Duke team. They're a hell of a defensive team, and I think both these teams are heading for outstanding seasons. This was a hell of a game, back and forth, and it come down to the final seconds. I think the fans were the winners tonight. Just a great game early in the season. I think win or lose tonight, I wouldn't say they played great, but I was still going to be impressed with the team because they were tenacious, gutty, just a great performance, especially in the second half. But just glad Kentucky won this game. They fought back, and they made adjustments in the second half. You're telling me you can make adjustments and win a basketball game? John Calipari, former Kentucky coach. You can make adjustments in the second half and win a basketball game. And we also haven't had a regular season win. It feels like this exciting since 2017. Well, I mean maybe the Kansas game a few years ago. The UNC one last year, maybe. Kansas in 21. I'd say those are good wins, but I think this one's better. And a difference, the Kentucky bench scored 25 points tonight compared to Duke, which they only scored 6. That was kind of a difference, I thought. The 3-point shooting was better. Duke just couldn't make any threes. They Canopled, I thought Kentucky done a really good job on him. Cooper Flake thought they done a solid job. He made a lot of tough shots, but they forced some turnovers down the stretch. But he's legit, though. I mean, the kid's only 17. He's going to get better and be tough. That kid's good, man. Cooper Flake's going to be good. But they forced him to make plays down the stretch, and Kentucky's veteran defensive players were able to force great plays. And Kentucky made great halftime adjustments. And Cooper Flake's a stud. Cooper Flake's gonna be so good. But this was literally the last 7 years of Champions Classic games in reverse for Kentucky. Because we used to be the young team that fell apart to an older, less talented team. Now they out-coached and out-hustled Duke down the stretch. And Owe was huge down the stretch as well. And Kobe Bryant made a nice inbound play to Lamont Butler, where he made one out of his 2 free throws. I didn't think Kentucky would win this game, honestly, because they would get it to about 4 or 5 points. But then Duke would go on a little run of their own. But it's called coaching. I mean, the coaching is why we won this game. Because they also probably might have lost by double digits, with Calipari. I feel like Cal loses that game. But I'll tell you, always one of the MVPs, him and Andrew Carr were great. We have a legit coach, and this team's going to get better. I think this team will get better. And I think it's the first time they've beat Duke since 2015 and their first Champions Classic win since 2019. And that's a signature victory from Mark Pope, a statement. And I don't care, I'm getting hyped up. I mean, this is a really talented Duke team. Just talented. and they showed toughness and fought. Just such a good win. This is the biggest win in Mark Pope's career so far. Definitely. And it was a tie game, 72-72 with 1:14 left. Duke fell apart late. Kentucky made big plays defensively. It's kind of maturity versus the youth, and they wore Duke down throughout this game. And Kentucky's better than what's their ranking? 19th. They're way better than that, and it's quite a win considering how they didn't get anything from Jackson Robinson. If you told me they had 1 point and Kobe Bree, he made 2 threes, 1 or 2. If you told me that, I thought we would have lost, but I'm glad they won this game. Andrew Carter come up big as well. Huge win. Andrew Carter came up clutch with 17 points. I thought he played as good as he could defensively, but he got 2 big and ones, made 2 threes. He was big. Otaya Owe delivered, I think, 15 points, 6 rebounds. I think he had it was either, 3 rebounds or 3 assists or 3 steals. He was big down the stretch. Some big time defense. Mark Pope keeping the faith. Just John Shire, I thought simply was out coached. And his team, I feel like once again, sometimes when Duke they let teams back in the games, and it feels like the team just sometimes isn't ready when other teams fight back. But sometimes they play too much ISO ball to try and win these big games. It's just refreshing when we have a coach that actually can draw up plays and make adjustments. But Kentucky won the game, and ESPN led with Cooper flag. Yeah, don't talk about us winning. But yeah, this team's good. I love this team. And Mark Pope, man. What a win. So now we're going to get to the stats here. I talked about the second half adjustments. They outscored them 40-26 in the second half. Duke was up 46-37 at halftime. Too many missed open threes by Duke. How many turnovers they didn't have any at halftime. They turned the ball over how many times in the second half? Because I felt like it was like 4 or 5. Or no, it was 7 turnovers in the second half. And they were only 4 of 23 from 3. Both teams didn't shoot well overall from the field. 39% for Duke, 40% for the Cats, but 10 of 25 from 3, 40%. Duke only 4 of 23, 17%. When you're giving up 10 threes and you're only shooting 17%, it's going to be hard to win. Duke was going on the glass 50 of 42, 16-10 offensive, 34-32 defensive. Kentucky had 17 assists on their 25 makes, 12 for 28 for Duke. But 7 turnovers in the second half really costed them. What really cost Kentucky in the first half, it wasn't even like the refs weren't great in the first half, but it was just they couldn't get many open looks. They couldn't really get to the paint. Duke was forcing our offense out, but Kentucky made good adjustments in the second half, led by Coach Pope, and were able to get to the basket more. 3 double-digit scores tonight. Our leading scorer was Andrew Carter, 17 points, 3 assists, 5 rebounds for Andrew Carter. Really impressed with him tonight. I like what I saw. 2 clutch and ones. He was great, especially in the second half. Otaya Owe, 15 points, 3 assists, 5 rebounds. He had 2 or 3 steals, 1, 2, something like that, and the offensive rebound, 2 free throws that won it. Those 2 were the MVPs of the second half. Butler, 9 points, 4 assists, 3 rebounds. He probably didn't shoot the best, but he's a solid player, and that is a steal. And that is a steal in the transfer portal. He's so good defensively, man. And he was more aggressive in the second half. More aggressive, just driving to the basket, getting multiple defenders on him to where he could get it to other guys to try and make shots. And he hit one of his 2 free throws there at the end. I'll tell you, Owe had 2 steals. How many Butler have? I don't know if he had any, but his defense was good. Brandon Garrison played really good minutes that really helped Kentucky get back in it. Just Kirk Trace and Lamont Butler have a huge role to play. And Kirk Trace, I think, made 2 threes in this game. I'll tell you always going to have an impact in a lot of games in a big way. I love the way he just attacks the basket. He can shoot, and he gets after the ball, and he's such a good player, man. Just winning plays down the stretch. Stole it with 12 seconds, made go-ahead free throws, got the offensive rebound, iced the game. That's just winning basketball right there. In the last 4 Champions Classic, we weren't able to shoot the 3. I mean, we shot 28%. Tonight, 40%. Amari Williams, 10 points, 2 assists, 8 rebounds. Had a, up and down game. Jackson Robinson, 1 point, 0 assists, 1 rebound. He just didn't play well tonight. I mean, yes, he had a tough night, but the defense... But he locked down the defensive end. His offense wasn't there tonight, but his defense, I thought, was. Duke made that game tough. I mean, Robinson was clearly effective. Defense was bad for periods of the first half, and the second half they locked in. Just a gritty win. But I think Jackson Robinson will be fine. Brandon Garrison, 8 points, 2 assists, 4 rebounds, 2 blocks. Brandon Garrison was huge in the second half. I was really impressed with him. Gave some really good minutes. Kobe Bria, 8 points, 2 assists, 5 rebounds. I believe he made 2 threes. Almanor, 3 points, 1 assist. And Creesa, 6 points, 2 rebounds. Man, that dude can pull up deep from 3. I think he was 2 for 6, but he made some big threes when they needed them. Duke falls to 2-1. Kentucky improves to 3-0. I mean, we already went over the team stats. The turnovers really cost Duke in the second half and poor 3-point shooting. Cooper Flagg, 26 points, 2 assists, 12 rebounds. I thought the 2 turnovers at the end, not great. 9 of 19 from the field, 1 of 5 from 3, 7 of 9 from the line. Just too much, I don't know, man. I don't know if you can say too much dribbling at the end, but 2 turnovers there at the end. I mean, as good as he is, I don't think you should have 2 plays there. Just clear out, play ISO. They have other guys that can play. But that was just good defense. Some good defense there at the end by the Cats. The turnovers really killed them there at the end. But I'll say, Cooper Flagg's a freshman. He'll be fine. He was the only reason this was a game. Oh my lord, Maluch, how do you say it? Malisic, how do you say his name? 10.7 rebounds. They weren't as good defensively without him on the floor. Duke will be fine, but him getting injured didn't help him, because he was good for them. Malik Brown, 0 points, 0 assists, 8 rebounds. He's in there for defense. Mason Gillis, 2 points, 3 rebounds. I mean, I don't know why he wasn't in there. I mean, you might as well get him out there and try and shoot. Silent James, 4 points, 1 assist, 2 rebounds. He got hurt in the second half. You didn't get much from Foster, 4 points, 4 assists, 3 rebounds. You didn't get much from him. Knoepel, 14 points, 3 assists, 5 rebounds, but he didn't really shoot well. Kentucky done a really good job, I thought, on Knoepel, 5 for 20. They done a really, really good job on their guards. Proctor, 12 points, 3 assists, 2 rebounds. I think Cooper Flagg was the only Duke Blue Devil to make a field goal in the final 10-50. The backcourt just wasn't great for Duke with Knoepel and Foster and Proctor. I think he scored his 10 points in the first half. Second half he didn't do shit. But Kentucky, we done a really good job making second half adjustments, being able to actually drive to the basket, unlike in the first half, and lock in defensively in the second half. So good win. Proved to 3-0. I think what's our next game this week? I think they have how many more games this week? They have Lipscomb, Jackson State. Their next 2 next week. So the next Kentucky recap will be next Tuesday against Lipscomb, and then Jackson State for those 2 games that week. Our next big challenge, I guess, is Gonzaga. I would say Clemson as well before that. So 2 tough games there. But yeah, good win here tonight. So that's all to say. Peace.